let's make lemonade. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive, where they have big offers on their most popular SUVs, the QX80 models with up to $9,000 retail cash plus financing as low as 0% for 36 months or 3.9% for 84. QX60 models with up to $6,000 off and the same great finance options. If you're listening on the audio stream this morning at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. Start leaving your comments in the comment section, and you can follow us on our social media channels. Good morning, Ross Peterson. Happy Monday to you, buddy.
How are you, man? How's the hotel? How was the weekend? How was the Super Bowl by yourself in a hotel? And you're in
I'm in Kearney, Nebraska.
Okay, Kearney. I was thinking you're Gretna. All right.
No, if I was in Gretna, I'd be 15 miles from home. Kearney
right. Okay.
Kearney's a 3-hour drive, and there's something about the Super Bowl by yourself with a Casey's pizza and just sitting back and watching the game. Nobody bothering you. You got the serenity of just watching the game, analyzing the game, and going, okay, I could watch the Super Bowl like this.
Really got to take in the commercials. So I'm sure you have a full ranking of all the commercials.
No. The odd thing is, before we even dive into the game, I was talking to you beforehand how I don't remember one commercial. And maybe it's because I got up to take a piss. Maybe it was something I just didn't pay attention. But there wasn't something that just grabbed my attention and said, I've got to watch this.
How interesting, Travis. The one that I remember was one with the Coke polar bears, but they were doing a Pepsi ad. I feel like I saw Danny McBride and Keegan-Michael Key in a lot of commercials. They were, but none of them, I don't know. Have the commercials, are we past the tipping? Have we reached a tipping point with the commercials?
I think there's a lot of things around the Super Bowl that have reached the tipping point. I think Media Day reached its tipping point several years ago. It's not that big of an attraction during the week. I think the commercials are another thing. People are spending millions and millions of dollars and probably not getting much bang for their buck. They still are paying a lot of money to be on the Super Bowl, but they're probably like, maybe we need just more of a traditional. Here's the way we're going to market. And, I read something about the commercials going into the Super Bowl that they were going to target a completely different audience, and they were going to go after younger viewers, younger people, and really start focusing on that. And maybe I went in with a bias going, well, if that's what you're going to do, you're not marketing to me, so I'm not going to pay attention. But I think everything reaches a tipping point, Ross, and I think we may be there with the commercials. Let me ask you this, and we're going to get into the halftime shows and everything else. Was it a good Super Bowl? Was it a good Super Bowl?
That's a good question. I mean, I enjoyed it because it worked out the way I guess I was hoping it would work out. And it did, New England stuck in it enough to give me a thread of doubt that they was it a good Super Bowl? I mean, in the context of Super Bowls, Travis, no. In the context of Super Bowls that we've seen be really close games and back and forth battles and one score game, when a team gets the ball, man, if they drive down and score here, this is a game changer. That fourth quarter, you had this thing in your head of, if New England scores here, and then. And there had to be a lot of things that fell in place until Seattle finally drove the nails into the coffin there. So no, again, when you in the context of Super Bowls, when you get to a game where there's 4 minutes left on the clock and what the outcome's going to be, it's not a great game. It's not a great Super Bowl. I liked it. I loved the Sam Darnold story. That defense for Seattle is incredible. And I enjoyed the game, but probably just because of those things. Probably more because before the game, Travis says, hey, let's fuck with Justin the whole game.
Because I thought there would be something to mess with him but there really wasn't anything to mess with him the whole game. You know, you had texted him, "Hey, how you feeling there, buddy? How many drinks are you in?" I think he was pretty loose by kickoff, and then he wasn't responding to any. And we didn't text that much during the game, but he didn't respond. And after the game, he's like, "I had my phone down. I didn't want to look at it the whole game because he knew we might be messing with him." So I'm kind of with you. I watched the Super Bowl, going, "Okay, it's a football game." But it wasn't one that just knocked my socks off. And maybe defensive battles do that. Maybe special team, because Seattle won the Iowa way last night. And I hate to bring the Hawkeyes into this, but it was pound the rock, control the clock, have a dominating defense, and win with special teams.
That was a Kirk Ferentz non-conference football game that you saw last night.
It really, really, really was, right?
We'll go down the field. We'll kick some field goals. We're going to strangle the shit out of you with our defense. All right, here we go.
The only thing I had to do, I had to change I was preparing for the show in mid-game because it got to the point where I knew that, Seattle was going to win, right? And there was, I think it was the first touchdown they scored. I go, okay, they're not going to come back from this. And, at that point, I think New England had like 5 first downs. They only had like 120-some yards of total offense. And I'm like, I'm just going to write a defensive dominance lead-in for the show. And the fourth quarter, New England racked up a bunch of first down, racked up a bunch of yards. So it doesn't look – if you look at the stats, it doesn't look like a dominating defensive performance by Seattle, but it was, right? I mean, it was a total defensive dominance by Seattle. It got to the point, Ross, where I was – did you ever at one point feel sorry for Drake May? I did. I was like, this poor kid can't do anything. He got sacked 5 times.
He threw for 295 yards. He did okay. He did
Most
okay.
Most of that came in the fourth quarter, though. Most of that came in the fourth quarter. And
it's funny. The fourth quarter starts, and Audrey goes, "Dad, I feel sorry for the Patriots." I said, "Why do you feel sorry for the Patriots?" Because they don't even have any points. Like, they're okay. Trust me, they'll be okay. Drake May's going to be all right. Throws for 295. It establishes himself as one of the next potential superstars in this league. They did mention Marino last night, too.
They did. I was just going to bring that up.
That's a very good possibility in professional sports that you get here this early. I just saw one of those Hall of Famers the other day had the same sort of career path. And he said, "Man, I made it that second year, and I thought, well, this is how it works every year. I mean, every couple of years, I'm going to be in the Super Bowl." And it was the only one he ever went to. Again, New England, Vrabel, they got a really good thing going there. They're going to be all right. I don't think that this is Drake May's last Super Bowl. He's going to be fine. The Sam Darnold story was fantastic last night.
He wasn't the Super Bowl MVP. Kenneth Walker was, and that dude's a beast.
Should have been.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm trying to think, when's the last time an offensive guy won the MVP and didn't score a touchdown? And that literally just popped into my head. But, Kenneth Walker ran the ball 27 times, had 137 yards, but no touchdowns. He thought he had one. He broke one late in the fourth, and that would have given him like 170 yards rushing and finally a Super Bowl touchdown, but there was a holding on the play. But that guy was, picking up 8, 9, 10, 20. His longest was a 30-yard run. He got to the outside, and, even Chris Collinsworth pointed it out last night. He was so meticulous in his delays, right? He would sit there and just delay, wait for the hole to open, and he just burst right into it.
Who was the Hawkeye running back we had a couple years ago that was really good at that? Waited in the backfield, and again, he was like who am I missing? And I say a couple of years ago, and somebody's going to go Albert Young, and I'm going to go, yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Yeah, right now, if you threw out any Hawkeye running back, we'd go,
that's the guy.
Yeah. Nick Bell. Yeah, it was Nick Bell back in the 80s.
Patient dude.
But Kenneth Walker was a beast last night, just an absolute beast for Seattle. It's just I felt sorry for Drake May just because he kept getting sacked. But Seattle didn't do anything to beat itself. So when you have there were 0 turnovers, not a huge penalized game last night. and New England did a lot to beat itself. It couldn't stop the blitzes and the rushing attack or the defensive attack of Seattle. Drake May had 2 interceptions. There was a fumble, and one went for a touchdown. Seattle didn't turn the ball over at all. Seattle just was methodical on offense. Sam Darnold, threw a couple of just almost darts, Ross. I mean, you're like, oh, you're throwing it into coverage. And I tell you what, the Gonzalez kid from New England had some incredible breakups. I mean, it could have been a blowout. Man. Gonzalez,
2 amazing last-second leaping edge of fingertip. And I say edge of fingertips, but the truth is that second one he almost pulled in, which would have probably, I mean, it was, one of those that you knock down at the goal line type of thing. But yeah, that was a great game by him as well.
Names you may not appreciate or understand. Jason Myers, 5 for 5 field goals. And maybe that's why it wasn't a very good Super Bowl, right? We want to see touchdowns. We're geared towards touchdowns. We're geared towards that type of play. He was 5 for 5 field goals, a couple extra points. He ended the game with 17 points. So 17 of the 29 points that Seattle scored comes from the kicker. And Michael Dixon, punting is winning, right? In Iowa, we've grown accustomed to enjoying the punting game. The punting game for Seattle last night was A+.
And none more impressive than the last one in the fourth quarter when they're on full punt block. He's got to rush the punt off. He gets it off in milliseconds and takes it out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And just kind of jogs off with a little smile on his face. They go, boy, those Aussie punters, and every Iowa fan sheds a tear.
Yeah, we have the shirt that says punting is winning. Don't you understand that?
Thought that was our thing. Santonio Holmes, Steelers wide receiver in Super Bowl XLIII, that would be 33, in 2008. It says 5 receivers have gotten the Super Bowl MVP in the last 25 years, 2 of them without scoring a touchdown. Santonio Holmes definitely did. I don't know who the other one is. That's just from I Googled Super Bowl MVPs that didn't score a touchdown. So there you go. Last one that didn't do it is apparently Santonio Holmes in 08.
That's a long time ago.
It is. Well, I mean, again, mostly it's quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Cooper Kupp, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Julian Edelman, Nick Foles, Tom Brady, Von Miller, Tom Brady, Joe Flacco, Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. The one I missed in there was Malcolm Smith. He was the Seahawks linebacker that won it.
That would have been in 2014 when the last Super Bowl that Seattle won. So the Seattle Seahawks in their 50th year of existence, they came into the league in 1976, win their second Super Bowl. It was their 4th overall. The Patriots have a long Super Bowl history, and Seattle by far was the better team. I didn't think New England. They're a good team. They earned the right to be there, but Seattle. Everybody said if Seattle was going to win the game. You hate to jump the shark on that and make that the prediction going in. So I'm sure some people bet it, but Seattle was the better team last night. There's no doubt about that, and they did it all 3 phases of the game.
I would say we've seen a lot of. We were talking about the commercials earlier. The Budweiser one with there was one, Travis, where a little chick gets dropped in the horse barn, and one of the horses starts to take care of the chick. Okay. And you see the chick turn into a little bird, and the horses are continuing to kind of mother it along. Well, then as the commercial's coming to an end, you see the horse come up over the top of the hill, and the horse spreads wings like what are those called? What's a Pegasus?
Yes, a Pegasus.
Starts to spread wings.
Yes.
And the bird is an eagle, and the eagle flies off the horse's back. And as it's free bird. Leonard Skinner's just ripping in the background, and it's this eagle flying off of the Budweiser Clydesdale's back. Oh, does it for you.
Budweiser's
it's not a Clydesdale. It's just
Budweiser's always done it right, haven't they?
Heart. Make you feel.
Yes. Budweiser is
And then they took that and they played on our emotions with the funnies. Remember for a long time, well, Bud Bowl was great. I loved Bud Bowl. But my favorite one ever was the one where the horses are playing football and they kick the extra point, and the one cowboy looks at the other one, he goes, "Do they always do this?" And the other one goes, "No. Sometimes they go for two." That was that. So Budweiser had a really good commercial. I wanted to throw that one out there. Now let's get to the real highlight of the night here. Okay, Mike writes in and says, "My Puerto Rican wife had a great time last night. As a result, so did I." So congratulations to you, Mike. First of all, on winning the Super Bowl.
That you probably didn't get the song entered into the Fiscus Love Songs and Bling contest, but I'll take it that you're talking about the Bad Bunny halftime show. Of course, the halftime show was a big point of conversation going in. It always is. The halftime, I mean, more people talk about the halftime show, it seems, year after year after year. You know, we talked about the commercials. Have they run their course? Yeah, Media Days run its course. Do you ever see a time, Ross, where the halftime show runs its course, where people are like, I'm just done with the halftime show?
I would say of all those three things that you said, it's the furthest one from that. I think Media Days has gone, it can go away, nobody would care. I do think that the commercials have kind of jumped the shark a long time ago, and we're in some sort of weird post-matter phase, even though we just spent 15 minutes talking about which ones, because we don't remember. That was most of our conversation.
Don't remember them at all.
Oh no, Trav, I've lost you already. You got to be shitting me.
Are you serious?
Give me a second here. I'll try to unlog
I think it's me.
Or is this on your end?
Yeah, I think it's me. So let me go out. And that's
oh my goodness. Make sure I'm doing things right here on my end here. Yeah, looks good what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know. Travis is going to disconnect, and then he'll come back in and join us. And Justin will be joining us at some point today, obviously. Justin's working off a hangover. I don't think he's hungover. The halftime show, I watched the Bad Bunny one, and I mean, nothing, talk about much ado about nothing. Certainly nothing to be upset about or offended by. I mean, first of all, if you can't understand what he's saying, how can you be offended? The dancers were fantastic. The music was fun. Travis, I got you back. I can hear you there.
Okay.
Thank you. In here, I'll do this for people so we can not be. There you go. You're welcome. The Bad Bunny halftime show, I did watch that. I mean, again, I was at my dad's. We were kind of having a Super Bowl party. I didn't have the remote. I probably wouldn't have turned it anyway because I wasn't glued to the commercials. I wasn't glued to the halftime show. But when it came on, I was interested. Thought, oh, this is going to be one of those cultural moments where I'm going to watch this and something significant is going to happen because there's been so much buildup for this. And I watched it and I thought, oh, everybody had made up their mind on this thing. Either A, you weren't even going to watch it because America. I didn't watch it because he wasn't speaking American. Or you were going to watch it just because a thumb in the eye to all the people on there. Oh, man, this is going to be great. See all the people melt down because he's going to do something political. And he went out there and he sang and danced, and his dancers danced.
Well, and I watched both of the halftime show at the same time, simultaneously, right? So I had the Turning Point one on my phone, and I had the regular because I just wanted to compare and contrast.
Yeah,
and to me, both were fine. The Super Bowl halftime, because of budget, had a much better production, right? And the dancers were flat out gorgeous. I go, man, I didn't know there were this many good-looking women that dance as good as they do. Well, I mean, you find them all, and they're dancing. Now, I didn't understand.
You've heard of Latin America?
Yes, I have. I've heard of Latin America. Yes, I haven't visited that often.
The booty is rotund.
Yeah, and the booty's nice. The booty's really nice. Now, I didn't understand a word that was being sung, but if I was at a party, if I was in a bar, I'd be dancing.
Dancing, right?
I'd be dancing. Now, the Turning Point one, I had music, country music, which I like. The production was okay. They were just kind of in an arena. I don't think there was that many people there. It didn't look like that many people. The music was fine. They didn't do anything political either. And so all they did is get up and sing. Both of them were fine. You're right, Ross. People made up their mind before they even watched either one of them what they were going to believe, right? And there were people posting even beforehand. I'm so glad I've visited Puerto Rico. I'm glad you've gone to Puerto Rico or Costa Rica or wherever he's from. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's great that you visited there. I'm not offended. It wasn't a bad halftime show. I just didn't understand one word that was sung. But sometimes you don't need to. When you're watching on TV, it's probably a little hard. If you're in the stadium, you're like, okay, I can get into this.
Right.
You know?
Listen, you do not have to support the NFL's decisions. You don't have to do that. And you also don't have to just, thumb in the eye of everybody. Man, if they'd have had Kid Rock, I'd have watched. Well, wait, is this an NFL thing, or is it just is there something else? Have we just been told to be mad?
We've been told to be mad.
Be mad. Turning Point did a halftime show. Oh, how dare! What did we mad? So, and then there's funny. Again, there's irony dripping in all of this stuff. And if you can't see it and laugh at yourself, if you think one party is the problem, you got an issue here. Okay. So Bad Bunny goes up there. It's supposed to be uber political. He's going to piss off everybody. Oh my gosh. He's probably going to light an American flag on fire. And what's he going to do? I'm so mad that they're even going to let the guy, I'm going to turn the channel. And then the guy goes out there and he puts on a perfectly normal performance that you had decided before. Again, there was nothing about it. Nothing. It was dancing for about 4 minutes. It went pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, and that's all it was. And
yeah,
I was focused on the booty. I'll be
lots of booty. The booty was rotund.
Yes. If there's one thing we want to get through on the show is just learn to think for yourself. Don't let other people tell you how to think.
Man. And that was last night I watched that halftime show. I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. Because everybody's going to have to defend what they thought they were going to see beforehand. So that was fun. And then, of course, the irony on the other part is, did Turning Point USA have Kid Rock perform? Did I see this right?
Yeah, he was the headliner. So Kid Rock was the headliner. He did one song as Kid Rock, and then he did one song as his real name, which is Robert Ritchie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he goes sometimes. He does the Rob Van Winkle thing.
Well,
he's Vanilla Ice, and then Rob Van Winkle. He's Kid Rock, and then his real name.
And I think he did it because it was kind of a more serious song. It was kind of one of his newer, slower songs that he wrote.
What was the popular one that he did?
What is it? Bomb to the bomb, bomb.
Bow da bow da bang da bang. The one about the one about doing meth. Cool.
Yeah. So my name is Kid.
So again, at the Faith one, you had Kid Rock. At the one that's like, we're family values. My name is Kid. Okay. If you can't see the irony in all of it, you're being like last time, like, oh man, this is just this political theater is funny.
And that's what it is.
Funny
political
to watch
theater.
And then I saw like somebody post last night, halftime show at the bar. Everybody yelled, "Turn it to Turning Point." No, they didn't. And if everybody at your bar yelled, "Turn it to Turning Point," now we have conservative and liberal bars. I have to declare my political party before I go get a beer now. I don't want to go. I don't even know what that place is, but I don't want to go there. If you walk in and everybody's like, "Turn it to Turning Point."
That's why. And Turning Point was only on YouTube last night. Right before the Super Bowl started, they sent out a tweet saying, "Unfortunately, because of licensing issues, we cannot broadcast on X." So they were hoping to get the billion people that are on X that would watch on X, and they never got those viewers. They had 5 million tune in last night. But again, it was a decent show. I like the music. Yeah. I watched Bad Bunny. Decent show.
Who were
I
the
like
other
the
performers?
dancers.
I knew Kid Rock. Who were the other? Because one of my buddies
Lee
sent
Bryce,
me a photo.
Lee Bryce, Gilbert, and there was a woman who sang too that I don't know her name.
Yeah, my buddy sent me a photo. I thought it was Sheryl Crow when I saw the
No,
picture.
it wasn't Sheryl Crow.
That would have surprised me. Speaking of politics, I'm like, well, look at this. Right across the aisle.
Was not Sheryl Crow. So over the next 2 hours, we're going to be giving away in picking our Fiscus Jewelers diamond earring winner for Valentine's Day. We first of all, I want to thank everybody who sent in submissions. Your submissions were great. You took the time to go to therushradio.com and tell us your story. Some had a story, some didn't. Like this one from Ray. Yes, that Ray. His love song, Blue Bayou. And all he goes, nickname for girlfriend. The Blue Bayou. I didn't know Ray had a girlfriend. That impresses me more than the song. Sorry, Ray. I'm making a judgment call here, but you had a girlfriend. That impresses me. And that you called her Blue Bayou, even more impressive. Todd says, and this one I have a hard time with. You've Got a Friend in Me by James Taylor. That was our first dance song.
Wait, You Got a Friend in Me by... That's not James Taylor.
That's what he said. You got it. Now you're thinking...
That's Randy Newman.
Yeah, but does James Taylor have one that says "You Got a Friend in Me"?
Oh, You've Got a Friend. It's just You've got a friend. Yeah. Ain't it good to know? Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about here. Who was this, by the way? I'm going to write all these down for us.
That was Todd.
Did Todd say why it's You've Got a Friend?
No, that was his first
loves
dance.
First
dance at their wedding. Brian says, "My now wife and I met in undergraduate school. When we did long distance for 3 years, and we graduated, she was enrolled in chiropractic school in Davenport, and I started graduate school at Iowa State and Ames. After 18 months of seeing each other for about a month, our schedules got extremely busy and had not seen each other for 2 months. I finally had the chance to come visit, and we were extremely excited to see each other. We were both hungry when I arrived and decided to go out for dinner right away. And we finished eating. We noticed some storms were coming in. We decided to grab our leftovers and get home before the storms hit. We got to her apartment right as the storms hit and headed upstairs to her apartment, converted attic, of the sorority house. We decided to skip Netflix and went straight to chilling while the storms were going on outside. We had just finished reconnecting, and we were still holding each other when we heard a huge clap of thunder. My quick-witted wife noticed my level of satisfaction and looked at me deadpan and said, 'Well, you've been thunder-fucked.' I quickly went from speechless to unable to stop laughing. Ever since that, we cannot hear that song, Thunderstruck, and think of the night we typically leading to a reenactment of that night."
That's fantastic, Brian. Trav, I knew I almost interrupted you. As soon as you started that, your tone changed. And I was like, here we go. That's this. I knew when you came up with this idea, I had that tone in my head. I'm like, this is going to be good.
Oh, there's a couple more coming.
That is Brian. Star for you, my friend. You understood the assignment well. That is fantastic.
And I want to meet your wife. The fact that she would say that, I want to meet your wife.
That's great.
Also, Aaron says, "I'm 34 years old, married with 2 kids, and another on the way. I've recently come to the harsh realization that I've never had a one-night stand, kind of like Ross, who never had a one-night stand. I've also never had a true love song with anyone. But after Ross's recent music recommendations, I'm ready to bring a new element into my love life. And if I'm lucky enough to win some earrings for my wife on this Valentine's Day, we just might end up with an entire love album of Wheeler Walker Jr. songs." I got a lot more to read.
Listen, boys, another Rorschach test. If she likes Wheeler Walker Jr., that's a special lady. They don't make them like that anymore.
515-517-2303. Good to have you along on a Monday morning. More love songs and bling contest entries coming on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Hi, my name is Gary Prezzo. I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in the Des Moines market. This is my cat Norm. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction loans. Norm here has been watching football for 5 years, which is like 35 human years, and he's an expert in picking winners. But he doesn't know mortgage, and that's where I come in. Trust your mortgage to a local mortgage expert.
Hi, I'm Sean McFarland, Service Manager here at Mini of Des Moines. With Valentine's Day around the corner, if you're struggling to find the perfect way to show your Mini that you still care, please stop in so we can give it a look over and make sure that it's up to date on its preventative maintenance and repair. Please give us a call or schedule your appointment online at miniofdesmoines.com.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to The Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
One of the coolest spots in Des Moines right now is in downtown. It's the Empire. Start your morning with fresh coffee drinks and made-to-order breakfast sandwiches, then swing back for lunch favorites like Chicago beef, flatbreads, or chicken pot pie. And don't forget happy hour, buy one, get one beer free, wine and well cocktails from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Perfect for after-work drinks or dinner with friends. The Empire keeps things fast, fresh, and affordable. I was watching the commercial breaks and I realized what I forgot to do over the weekend, and that was switch the commercials for this week. So
I thought you were just driving home the point of how good Norm is.
Yeah.
Norm knows football. We were told Norm knows football. And look, and by the way, Norm knew football.
Norm knew football. He picked Seattle. Norm's a smart guy. Very smart guy.
We do, before we get back to any more of our fun and frivolity, we do have a call coming in. I think Coach Hersum's on the line here from the call screener. Let's see if we can get him up. Coach Hersum, you there?
I'm there.
Hey, bud. There? Yeah, we're here. How you doing, man?
Good. So the first thing I want to point out to Ross is Travis said something about girls dancing, and let's be honest, he's told us several times the only way he could place a bet was to go to the parking lot on a place in Carter Lake, Iowa, which technically is in Nebraska, just to, and Travis, there's no way you didn't go inside.
I didn't go inside.
You know girls can dance.
Remember,
I know.
Coach, he's told us, he has told us the last time he was in a strip club, he was wearing his Grandview Vikings biking uniform. So the visuals don't stop here, man. We can do this all day.
So I was at a Super Bowl party with a bunch of friends last night, and we were allowed to talk during the game, but we were not allowed to talk during the commercials, which is kind of weird. And I didn't realize until yesterday that Bad Bunny was Adam Sandler's caddy, or Happy Gilmore's caddy, in the second movie, and that's kind of funny. The show was fine. It was great. So on Friday, I called, and I was late, as Travis pointed out. You can't call this late in the show. And the call really was probably more for the 6 o'clock crowd than the 8 o'clock crowd. And you have a boo-hoo and a woo-hoo. And I'm just going to quickly try to share them. The boo-hoo was, I had a colonoscopy on Thursday. And you have to do a prep for a colonoscopy. And that's way worse than anything else. And I'll keep this as delicate as I can. Shout out to homemakers for forcing me to buy a pee pad on my bed so that I would get the 5-year warranty. I'm going to leave it at that.
That's your boo-hoo. We got it.
Oh, no.
That's enough. That's enough.
I drank chicken broth for 3 days to lead up to it, and that's basically diluted chicken broth that comes out of you.
We know. I said enough. Gee.
Yeah, the woohoo is for, and once again, I wasn't expecting to win, because I couldn't win, because I'm going to mention a person that's an ineligible winner. Our good friend Ross Peterson helped me close on a house last week, and it's awesome. I love it, and if anybody out there listening needs to talk to a guy about real estate, talk to Ross. He's a good guy.
There you go.
Good time. You've got a great property, buddy. Super, super happy for you.
Yep.
Talk to you soon, buddy.
Thanks, Coach. I actually like the colonoscopy prep. I do.
Shut up.
No, just hear me out. Hear me out. I like the cleansing part of it. In that is your body feels free of like every toxin there is. It's like you have expelled everything that's just bad in your body. That's what I like about it. I mean, I don't like drinking the stuff. I don't like running to the toilet. That's a pain. But when you're done with it, you're like for 4 days after your colonoscopy, you're like, oh man, I feel great. That's what I like about the prep.
What was on the rundown?
The Iowa Hawkeyes got a win yesterday.
Oh, how about that? Huh? Yeah, there we go.
the Iowa Hawkeyes won their 6th straight game, beating Northwestern. Northwestern came for a fight yesterday, Ross. I mean, it kind of got lost in the Super Bowl thing. You're trying to watch Super Bowl coverage, and you're watching the Hawks at the same time. Northwestern gave Iowa everything it had. It seemed like they couldn't miss from 3-pointers. They shot like 58% from behind the arc. But Iowa pulled out the win, 76-70. Bennett Stirts being Bennett Stirts, man, 36 points. And in this 6-game winning streak, I think he's averaging like 29 points per game in the 6-game winning streak.
He's been incredible, Travis. And the more that teams understand that the offense goes through him, the more that the idea has to be, hey, we got to shut down Bennett Stirts. We got to put our best defender on him. He gets better and better. The more pressure that gets put on him, and you can say this from Mo State to Drake, the fantastic year they had at Drake, when we all started to understand who this kid was and what he was capable of, and raising that expectation, he constantly exceeded it. It's not Caitlin Clark-esque. It's not, nothing will be like that. But the magical thing about Caitlin Clark was that it was when you told your friends, you got to watch this. This lady's amazing. She was better than you told them. She was every time. She was better than the previous time out. Not on a, but on a static line, it was going up. And for Bennett Stirts, it's that same way, Travis. When they got to the when they're playing in the round of 32, and they're playing, was it Texas Tech to go to the Sweet 16? And I thought, okay, you're not in the Valley anymore. And the kid was fantastic. And you go, oh, this is the real deal. Watch him against, and Iowa State, maybe that one exception, where Iowa State kind of was able to lock him down. But as this year has gone on, as teams have figured it out, he has risen to the occasion.
You know, entertainment comes in many different forms, right? And when you go to a game, whether that's the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, you want to be entertained by the stars. Caitlin Clark was an entertainer, but she was also entertaining the crowd at the same time. She had a different entertainment factor, but every time you showed up to watch Caitlin Clark, she produced what you expected her to do from a scoring standpoint. Bennett Stirts is like straight out of the movie Hoosiers. He's not going to be that rah-rah guy, but he's entertaining in the fact that when you show up, you've heard about Bennett Stirts, you're like, okay, can this guy continue? Night in, night out, he entertains you by just doing what you expect him to do. And you just sit back and go, well, tonight, every game I start, well, this is going to be the game that somebody clamps down on him, and then you go for 36, and then you go for 28, and then you go for 26, and you're like, this guy just doesn't stop. He's methodical. He gets it done. He finds ways to make the dribble penetration, and he entertains you on a nightly basis. And 6 wins in a row now. Iowa improves to 18-5 overall, 8-4 in the Big Ten Conference. They out-rebounded Northwestern yesterday, 34-22. They're going to head to Maryland next for the next game. But I saw the stat yesterday, Ross, and there's that metrics that they use with offensive numbers and defensive numbers, and over the last several years, if you fall within that metrics, those are the teams that win the national championship. Iowa falls in that metric. Iowa State falls in that metrics, but there's like 15 teams that fall into that offensive production and defensive production number, and Iowa's right in there. And that's why we sit there and go, this team could win some games. Could win some games.
And you're not overstating it here. They're not elite. They're not in that group that I think Iowa State. When you watch Iowa State, you go, this team's incredible. Solid. Iowa has a fantastic player. Yesterday's box score shows that. With Iowa State, you could have any one of about 4 guys go for 20 points and not be surprised. Yesterday's box score for the Hawks, who was the leading scorer outside of Stirts, is 36. Tavian Banks was the only other Hawkeye in double digits. He had 13.
Really?
Yep. He's the only other Hawkeye in double digits. You win the game. You're having a great year. I think you hit it on the head. Those metrics show that they're a really good team. Really, really good team. Exciting. What a turnaround. So much more fun.
Good crowd again at Carver Hawkeye, and I still like it. And Ben McCullough afterwards goes into the crowd, starts high-fiving students, trying to make that connection. And listen, you got to do that. You got to build that one-on-one connection with people to get them to keep coming back, create a home court advantage. And, I don't know if they expected a 76-70 game against Northwestern. Maybe they thought it was going to be a bigger blowout. But you're going to get – and the better you get, you're going to get everybody's best shot. I mean, even the lower tier teams, you're going to come out and they're going to give you their all, and that's what Northwestern did. So good win by the Hawks yesterday. Iowa State got the win on Saturday, beating Baylor. That was a weird game, man. They won 72-69. They were up 11, I think, Ross, with just around 3 minutes to play, and you're thinking, oh, man, this thing's over with. And I talked to John Higgins. He was calling me on the way home from the game. He was there kind of watching his officials. He goes, man, I left with like 3 minutes to play. He goes, I thought the game was over. He goes, I'm going to get out of there because I want to beat traffic. I turn on the radio, and the next thing I know, he's like, I might have left too early.
He leaves games early?
Yeah, because he's like every normal human being. He wants to beat traffic.
You said he was there evaluating the
He probably thought up 11. There's nothing going to happen.
Enough. Yeah,
I've had enough. He was at Northern Iowa the night before, and probably just wanted to get home. And
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm real surprised by that. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah. again, Travis, that stupid thing where I forget that what you just nailed it. Ross, he's a normal human being. He's a normal human being, right? And he's looking around at traffic and the game's over and he's going, hey, I can get out of here and save some time. And I got other to do with my life. There's a part of me that's like, no. No, he understands that the game can change quickly. And he understands he's there. One of these officials might make a catastrophic error in the last 3 minutes. No, he's out. He's out.
I've seen enough.
I watched 37 minutes. I'm good.
Because you know what? There are probably other fans that left at the same time. You're like, a 3-minute mark, 3-minute timeout. They're up 11. Let's get out of here. Let's go. We're going to beat traffic. This thing's over. You get in the car and you're like, what the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? But a good win by the Cyclones. Yeah, go ahead.
I thought on Friday, remember, we didn't have the spread for that. And I said, man, this feels like it should be like a 7 to 10, 8 to 10 point spread, something like that. Did you see what that number came out at?
No.
It was like 15.
Really?
One of my buddies texted me that, and I shouldn't. I think that's what he said. It was like 14, something like that. He's like, hey, you're a little bit off on that spread. And then, of course, when the game ended, I'm like, should have been 8.
Oh, man. Cyclones now 21-2 on the season, 8-2 in the Big 12. They're going to be at TCU on Tuesday. That'll be a good game. TCU, not a bad team, especially when they play at home. I'm looking forward to the game tonight. It's a big Monday night. I think it starts at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Kansas and Arizona tonight. That's going to be a game.
Did you watch Duke, North Carolina?
I didn't, but I saw the why is North Carolina rushing the court for a win against Duke?
Shut up. Say what you just said again. Say what you just said again.
Why is North Carolina rushing the court for a win against Duke?
You beat your arch rival, a top 5 team in the country, in last-second fashion. I've tell you this about court stormings all the time. There is a formula to it that is unbreakable. And part of that formula is how the game ends. That you beat your arch rival. A lot of those kids, Travis, went to North Carolina hoping to get a chance to beat Duke in Chapel Hill and rush the court. And then it happened. You get a last-second shot, a last 0.4 second shot, and they rush the court. So if you didn't see it, they hit North Carolina hits a 3-pointer to go up 71-68, and it seems like it's a last-second 3-pointer because the ball goes through the net, buzzer sounds, people rush the court. And then they go and review it, and there was 0.4 seconds left on the clock when the ball went through the net. Now, I thought that meant I thought that would be a technical foul, and Duke was going to go to in my mind, I'm like, well, Duke now gets to go to the line, shoot 2 free throws, and then get the ball. This is going to be huge. But it ended up just being that they cleared the court, Duke got the ball, inbounded it, and the game was over, and then they rushed the court again. Well, it's college kids having fun.
I guess I look at it as like, and I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but it's like, it's Carolina, right? I mean, I put Carolina in this different echelon. I don't ever see – it'd be interesting, like if Kansas beats number 1 Arizona tonight, will they rush the court? Or does it depend on the type of win it is?
It depends on how it goes down. Yep. It depends on how the game goes. If they're down 10 with 3 minutes to play and they come back and they win that game in dramatic fashion, those kids are going – the adrenaline is going to be palpable, right? Be in that arena going, this place is vibrating. They have to rush the court. You can't sit in your seat. Everybody's going like this. So I never have a problem with it. I don't ever, and I saw that. I'm like, how much fun? That's cool. Now this is going to be interesting because they're going to have to get rid of it. And Rob even says, ask Randy Peterson how fun a fractured leg is. You know what Randy Peterson says, Rob? Because we've asked Randy Peterson about it. Travis, what did Randy Peterson say? Let him storm the court.
Yeah, he did. He did.
What? Let him storm the court. Freak accident. Freak accidents happen. That's what Randy Peterson with the broken leg said. So I thought, I didn't think anything of the court serving that. I just thought, what an interesting game, how that ended with them rushing the court, having to clear the court. You could see the panic on the officials' faces of like, we got to start making announcements.
And I'm not anti-court storm. I just come from like, oh, you're Carolina. You're one of the best basketball programs.
You got to remember those 19-year-old kids. They weren't there when Michael Jordan hit that shot. They weren't there when all of these other, when Jamal Mashburn was doing all it. No, he was Kentucky, right?
Yeah, Jamal Mashburn was Kentucky.
You weren't there for Eric Montross.
Look at you just pulling out.
I'm trying.
Obscure North Carolina player. Right.
Carlos Boozer. You're there for his kid. And this is your chance. I don't know. I look at it as a lot of them probably went there dreaming of this moment.
And they got it.
Imagine and you got it. And then you rush the court and you're out there jumping around. And then you get it. You go back and you go, wait, we get a chance to do this again. Everybody get your phones out. We can record it this time.
All right, we got some more Fiscus songs coming in. Again, we want to thank everybody who emailed us and with their love songs, looking for the $700 earrings from Fiscus Jewelers. And if you don't win, they are also selling these for $500 for Valentine's Day. It's a $700 value. This one from Paul. The song Calling You by Blue October holds more meaning for me than any song ever written. It's one of those songs that hooks you the first time you hear it, raw, emotional, and someone able to meet you exactly where you are in life. My best friend and I shared this song for years. We sang it together at weddings and sometimes at karaoke, never missing a chance to pour our hearts into it. Years ago, I lost my friend to cancer, and that loss only deepened the significance of the song for me. Now every note carries memories of friendship, laughter, and a bond that we couldn't break. My wife and I were married in 2003. I feel like Casey Kasem. She never had a chance to meet my best friend, but she always loved hearing the stories of our adventures together. It's one of the most meaningful gestures of love I've ever known. She named our firstborn son in 2024 after my best friend. She also made sure our first dance as husband and wife was Calling You. That song now represents my past, my loss, and my beautiful life that I continue to build. It connects my best friend, my wife, and my son in way words alone never could. That's today's long-distance dedication.
I'll tell you what, Blue October, an underrated band. They have some powerful songs. That's a good one, Paul. I mean,
Paul.
It's a good story for us, man. Like that. Thank you.
Aaron says, so a quick funny story. Our song, our first dance song at our wedding was by Matt and the Electrician, Faithfully. It's an amazing cover of the song and takes us back to the day we played it. Now the fun part. My wife and I met at a shitty beer night at some random Thursday at the High Life Lounge. My buddies and I went there every Thursday because beer was cheap and drinking was fun. We always had about 8 guys and posted up a large table up in front almost every week. One week I showed up later and this hot-ass woman was sitting at our table. Who knows this lady and why is this the first time I've ever seen her? Thought my boys were failing me. Well, her friend was dating my friend and randomly came out with her. We started talking. She'd never had a Hams. I couldn't believe that, so I ordered 10 beers for the table at the bar. Bartender just hands me an entire 12-pack in the case, and I plop it down at the table to a round of laughs. One fun night, first real date. Later on, and 15 years later, we have 2 kids and a great life. Because of the first night at the High Life Lounge, we actually had shitty beer night at our wedding filled with Hams, old-style baby High Life beers, all the hits. Bruno just playing matchmaker, and he didn't even know it. Ha. It's from Aaron. What are you thinking? You didn't like that one?
That was you. Yeah, I got confused. You read that one a little bit choppy, so I had a hard time following.
He went to High Life Lounge and shitty beer night.
And had crappy beer and
beer.
Got the 12-pack of beer and that. Yeah. But what? So the song was Matt and the Electricians. What was it though?
Faithfully, a cover song by.
But where was the song involved in the story? Was the song playing while the beer was set down?
He never really brought it up again. I don't know why.
Okay. Listen, I like the story, Aaron. I love that you met your wife down at the High Life Lounge during crappy beer night, too. You know what? You can always get a girl to laugh. Good job on you, Aaron. Get a gal to laugh.
Mitch says, all right, Travis and Ross, this is one of those stories
right.
that's less raunchy and more ridiculously perfect, so I'll tell it the way it deserves with heart, irony, and a smirk.
Who's this? What's the name? What's the name here?
Or Mitch. Mitch.
Okay, Mitch. Okay.
Mitch. It was one of those nights where nothing epic was supposed to happen. Guardians of the Galaxy was on, the kind of movie you half watch, half quote, and somehow the vibe shifted from lazy on the couch to, oh, we're doing this. When the song came on, that song, over the top, cheesy, impossible to take seriously, Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede. Hooked on a feeling. Instead of killing Instead of killing the mood, it completely hijacked it. There I was, trying to be romantic with Blue Suede, was enthusiastically declaring feelings that were way bigger than the moment required. We both cracked up, sarcastically singing, eye-rolling, and laughing mid-kiss. The least sexy soundtrack imaginable, which somehow made it perfect, corny, ironic, and very on brand for the two of us. Yet despite the absurdity, I absolutely showed up. Not a marathon, not a cinematic epic, but a very strong, very confident 4 to 5 minutes that clearly left an impression.
Yeah.
History would later confirm this. Fast forward about 9 months, and suddenly that ridiculous song wasn't a joke. It was destiny. Our daughter arrived, unknowingly forever linked to a moment soundtracked by space raccoons and aggressively earnest lyrics about being hopelessly in love. What started as a private joke somehow became a family anthem. My wife and I still sing to it enthusiastically while snickering like teenagers who know something they shouldn't. Now our 5-year-old knows almost every word, blissfully unaware that this song has lore.
Someday.
Then came the absolute knockout punch. My mom, with the purest of intentions and the most chaotic possible outcome, embroidered a pillow for our daughter's last birthday. Pink flowers and those words stitched forever to the fabric. Hooked on a feeling. A wholesome object carrying the weight of an inside joke so powerful we laughed until those memories we laughed out and we cried. It's those memories that only get better with time. Equal parts love, comedy, and family legend. A reminder that romance doesn't have to be smooth, sexy, or serious to be meaningful. Sometimes it's awkward, loud, laughing, and set to a song that should never, ever work, but somehow does. Hooked on a Feeling.
Mitch. What an awesome life event. What a cool. You've got this inside joke when now you've let all of us inside the joke.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Ooka chaka, ooka, ooka, ooka chaka. I can't stop this feeling. Is that the right one, right?
Yes. Yes. Deep inside.
Because that's the one from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Because they were watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
Super obnoxious. Ooka chaka, ooka, ooka, ooka chaka. I tell you what, Mitch, good job on you.
Good job.
Maintain focus, stay in the lane.
Told a story.
Keep the race going. No, I mean that night, but yeah, year two, right? Okay.
515-517-2303. More songs to come up. We got a lot of them. We'll probably do that, especially during the 7:30 portion. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
More Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room. All Iowa beer. One amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City. We can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City. All this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
I'm Steve Olinger, Service Director here at Willis Nissan. February is here, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Love is in the air. It's time to give your car some love. Take advantage now until April 30th. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for $1. Go online today at willisnissan.com or give us a call to schedule your tire installation.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. Make sure to check out Willis Volvo Cars. Huge savings on remaining 2025 models with discounts up to $13,000. Just go to willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. If you are watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and leave your comments in the comments section. And, of course, you can always follow us on our social media channels. We have more Fiscus love song and bling stories coming up. We're off to a pretty good start. I think we've got a lot more. We actually had, Ross, a lot more than I thought we were going to have. I'm like a small little diary that's taking place. People just spilling their heart out.
Trev, you've read 2 today. I don't know how we'll pick the winner between the 2. Literally during the break, I'm like, we're going to have to like put these up for a vote or something, because dude, yeah. Thunder fucked. That's freaking amazing.
It's thunderstruck.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not after that story. Not after Brian's story. His wife changed it forever. And I will never hear. I cannot wait till the next time I'm at a wedding or something and I hear ooga chaka ooga. I'm gonna be like, Mitch, you son of a bitch. You motorboating son of a bitch, Mitch.
Nothing epic, nothing cinematic, not a marathon, just oh, man. If you missed the Super Bowl yesterday, Seattle won its second Super Bowl. They beat the Patriots last night. We talked a lot about it in hour number 1. A defensive battle where the Seahawks defense was just downright impressive, forcing 3 turnovers. Keeping New England at bay for 3 quarters. They made a last-ditch effort in the 4th, but couldn't come up with it. And Kenneth Walker, your Super Bowl MVP, he ran for 135 yards last night as Seattle gets the win. Some big news. And, Ross, I was kind of surprised at this, but then I'm not kind of surprised. I haven't formulated an opinion yet. Maybe I could talk this out with you. North Dakota State is going to announce today that it is leaving the Missouri Valley Conference in FCS football and joining the Mountain West Conference. This will be for football only, so it gives the Mountain West a 10-team football league. They have to pay the Mountain West a $2 million entry fee. They have to pay the NCAA $5 million to go from FCS to FBS. And this will happen in 2026. So this isn't like a slow ramp up. They're done with the Missouri Valley Conference. They're going straight to the Mountain West Conference. And I sit here and I go the pros and cons. You've won 10 of the last 15 FCS national titles. Do you ever get sick and tired of winning national titles? Or is it getting to the point where we got to make some money? We see the potential here that we're probably on par with some of these Mountain West teams. Maybe not every one of them, but in the opportunity to make the playoff makes so much more sense than playing for an FCS title. I'm going to try to get Todd Stepsis on later on this week just to talk about North Dakota State.
Great idea.
And what that means for the Missouri Valley Conference. It's a hit for the conference. There's no doubt about that. It's still loaded. You've got North Dakota, you've got South Dakota State, some good teams. But your thought about North Dakota State going FBS into the Mountain West Conference?
All right. You asked, do you ever get tired of winning? If that's what this is. I don't think, Travis, that they were sitting around going, all right, we need do they want a bigger challenge? Do they want to see if they can compete with the big boys? Do they want that? Yes, and yes. Your second option is the real one. It's about money. They're going to make a lot more money, and that's why it's an investment to get into the Mountain West, because the people in the Mountain West know you benefit huge financially by joining our conference and getting in here with the big boys. Big boys. Do you ever get tired of winning? I think the answer to that question is no. Remember we asked this question about Troy Plummer? We asked this question about Grandview. God, man, do you get tired of winning? I called Troy. Actually, his wife listens to the show. And she told him, hey, they were talking about you on the Rush. And he called me and he's like, what's going on? I said, you ever get tired of winning? We should have him on the air. It's a great conversation. It was a really great conversation. You know what his answer was? No. But you know what I really don't get tired of? The people that I'm working with. I love coming to work. I show up every day and I got these awesome people around me and we're all kind of doing the same thing and we're all moving the same direction. And I have found this thing where they're paying me to enjoy my day and the passing of time. And we're winning. We're really good at it, by the way. Or we're really good at our job. So do I get tired of I'd love to have Troy on and talk to us about this. It's almost a silly question for a competitive guy, right? Do you get tired of winning? But it's real. Like, well, no, because I know how hard it is one of the things he said too. I know what goes into winning. It didn't come easy. It's not, they don't hand these things out. Everybody that you compete against knows that you're the best and they're trying to knock you off. And so then when you do it at the end of that, then it feels like another accomplishment. You go, hey, not only did we build this thing, now we're maintaining it, sustaining. So I don't think that's what it is. I don't think North Dakota was looking around going, well, we beat everybody's ass for so long. I really think it was about, man, we can cash that check, homie.
But can you cash a bigger check in the Mountain West Conference? I mean, it's not like you're going to have a huge TV deal, right?
I'm guessing the people that can see under the hood did the math on it. It's got to be about the money, Travis. I don't think it's about just the pure competition of, because they go compete. They can compete with those teams now. I mean, they get their chance once a couple times a year to beat up on a big boy and then puff their chest and all that. And I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's, and I think it's an easy. I think it would be something that the athletic director and the coaches and everybody that's got a Bison gear, green and yellow jacket would say, no, this is about the competition. We want to go prove ourselves against the bigger boys.
Well,
there's money.
Money's a factor, but it's going to change the money outcome for North Dakota State, because your NIL structure is going to change a lot more. Your travel structure is going to change a lot more. Obviously, they've got some money up there in North Dakota. I mean, they're writing a $2 million check to the Mountain West. They're writing a $5 million check to to the NCAA. They've got some money up there, right? To me, what makes sense of it is from a business standpoint, which is money, but it's also growth. You don't get tired of winning, but you go, are we growing? And you're like, what's the next step? We've mastered this level. And you can say they've mastered it. You won 10 of the last 15 national titles. You've mastered that level. And you go, okay, what can we do? I mean, 20 years ago, they're a Division II school. They go to the FCS. They master that. So you go, okay, if we want to keep growing as an institution, growing as an athletic department, this is the natural next step. And every other program is, NCAA Division I. So you go, okay, let's step outside our comfort zone. And it makes sense to be in the Mountain West for their location.
Yeah.
And I think the Mountain West looks at it and goes, hey, because you're getting a name brand right away. I think most college football fans know who North Dakota State is. I may be naive, but I think they've won so much that people go, oh, we've heard of North Dakota State.
I mean, Trav, honestly, you got some nice brands. You really do. No, the Mountain West is a pretty decent football conference. You've got some pretty good brands there. UNLV, San Diego State, Boise State, Fresno State.
Boise's going to the Pac-12.
Boise is to the Pac-12
yeah.
already? Okay. I just pulled up the Mountain
They're
West
going
standings
to.
Here, so okay. You got some decent brands there. North Dakota State adds to that.
It does.
And they're not the worst football brand in that.
No.
Huh.
You have some natural rivalries
I
built
think it's
in.
a great fit. Yep. Colorado State. I mean, so
Wyoming,
Nevada.
State.
Is it Nevada? Nevada, attaboy. At Nevada boy.
Is Colorado State going to the Pac? I keep forgetting who's all going to the Pac.
Let me see if I can find out, because I forgot about that.
Yeah, because there's still a pending lawsuit.
Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Utah State, and Texas State.
Are your additions to the WAC? Or to the
additions to the
Pac.
Pac-12. Yeah. And effective July 1, Gonzaga.
In basketball only.
Non-football, of course.
Yeah, non-football.
Tyler said he thought they were all going. A lot of them are going, that's for sure. So it does change that Mountain West a lot, losing those brands.
But, if you're North Dakota State, you're like, okay, the landscape has changed. You don't have to play you don't have to play a Boise State. You don't have to play some of these schools that maybe have more resources, especially Boise State, right? And you go undefeated in the Mountain West, you might be one of that group of 5 that sneaks right into the college football playoff, and then your dynamic changes a lot. My only question will be, what will North Dakota State's spending be? Will they have to, and I don't know what the Mountain West is requiring their teams to do. Some have that $20 million cap. Others have said, like the Americans said, you got to spend at least 10 in NIL. So that changes a little bit for North Dakota State too. But it's like one of these things is we just assume North Dakota State's poor because there's nobody that lives there and it's a desolate state. They probably got money coming out of their frickin' ears, and we're about to find out how much money they have.
The Mountain West, with losing those brands, you lay out a good thing. I mean, UNLV, you're still going to have, let's see, who was still there? Hawaii, Air Force, Wyoming. They're going to compete there, Travis.
They may win it year one.
They might. They're going to really be competitive. Interesting. I don't know what so that's looking forward for North Dakota State. You are much better on this stuff about what this means for the Valley. How does this impact Northern Iowa? Does this open up a spot? Who fills that spot in the Valley? Do you fill that spot in the Valley?
That's a good question. Does Augustana make the jump? They've always wanted to make the jump to FCS. And Augustana is a small private school in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They have Division I hockey. They're a Division II school in most other things. do they make the jump and say, hey, we're ready to go play with the big boys? That'll be the big question. I'm not saying they would be the one. And does the Valley – I think the Valley needs to be very strategic if it's going to add another football team, making sure that it's a quality team that has defined the Valley as the Big Ten of the SEC of FCS. There's a lot of good teams in the Valley. And losing North Dakota State is going to hurt, but it's not going to decimate that league by any means. It's got plenty of good teams to keep it competitive. One other thing before we dive back into the Fiscus Jewelers love songs and bling, the Iowa State gymnastics team has canceled the remainder of its season. They had 5 meets left plus the Big 12 meet. They're 2-8 on the season. I look at this; they don't have enough healthy athletes, and I take a different approach to this, Ross, as I'm looking at a beautiful sunrise. It's time to get rid of women's gymnastics. It is. And you need to go to a sport that makes a lot more sense. Gymnastics at the college level is not thriving by any means. This is a perfect opportunity to evaluate, is women's wrestling, is it time to bring in women's wrestling?
Ooh.
Listen, Dr. Rob was just at Grandview over the weekend. There was a huge women's wrestling meet at Grandview. They came. Iowa was there. Lehigh was there. You had the best teams in the country that were at Grandview wrestling, and you had 6 mats out. It was packed down at Grandview. Women's wrestling is growing. Do you bring in women's flag football? Yes, women's flag. We talked about it. But do you look at it and go, okay, gymnastics is losing me money. We're to the point where we don't have enough student athletes to even compete or field the season. We have to cancel it. Do you just get rid of the sport altogether and go, let's bring in something that is growing, that has fan interest, that, Iowa already has a women's wrestling team. You have that natural in-state rivalry already. It's okay to swap one sport for another.
I like that. The women's flag football thing. I mean, but I think that you're right, Travis, that it would seem gymnastics at the college level, I've never, again, man, my world ends right here at the end of my fingertips. I've never watched it. Doesn't matter to me.
Livy Dunn is the only college gymnastics person I've ever heard of.
She's the girl from LSU.
Yeah.
Is she the one dating Paul Skeens, right?
Yes. And now you don't even hear of her because she's not doing her workouts and on TikTok. I'm sure she's on TikTok, but she didn't pop up as much because mine's more of a sports feed. I just, and nothing against the girls that are participating in gymnastics at Iowa State. It's not growing.
Which one of these, Travis, just total shot in the dark, which one of these would cost less? Women's wrestling or women's flag football?
Depend on how you funded it. Like in Nebraska, flag football is going to be a fully funded sport with full ride scholarships. It would depend on, I don't know if you could fund it the same way you do gymnastics. Say, hey, we're just going to take this gymnastics and we're going to have wrestling. To me, I think wrestling would be an easier one to implement, and I think by participation numbers and the growing aspect of it, wrestling makes sense to me. Flag football probably cheaper from, I'm not going to say from, it's not like you have a lot of equipment. You have flags.
That's what I'm saying. For both of them, you've already got most of the infrastructure built there.
Yeah. Well.
Fake Bob Vanderplatz likes conspiracy theories. He says, hey, there's more to the Iowa State story. And then he has a little bit more information because I don't know enough about college gymnastics. So we'll trust our source, Fake Bob Vanderplatz. 60-26. 18 girls on the team, 12 of them all around. You need 6 per event, and you score the top 5. You can compete with 5. This isn't a bowl game. Does the fact that ISU can't come up with 5 or 6 girls out of a team of 18 due to injuries or safety, he thinks is suspect? I don't know enough about it. We're just repeaters, not reporters. And we're repeating the news from breaking news from Fake Bob Vanderplatz. But again, I don't know. It did, when I saw it, I thought my first instinct was like, well, that's odd. And a lot of people send it to me. Say, hey, there's something here. And I read the story and
I will say the news release was vague. It didn't go into detail on how many, because it just said for the health and well-being of our student athletes, we can't. And I thought, well, would you give? I thought they would have said, hey, we had this many injured. If you have, it was vague. I read it with skepticism. How's that? I read it with skepticism. Yeah. But that's the only information we have to go off right now. So, fake Bob Vanderplatz. I'm not disagreeing with what you said. I did read that with skepticism.
Just to be a shithead and bring some levity to the situation, one of the meets that they're going to have to forfeit is against the Hawkeyes. And I do believe in the bylaws of the Cyhawk series, if you forfeit any of the events, you forfeit the entire Cyhawk series. So apologize to Cyclone fans at the Hawkeye State again.
There you go. Ross just made it. We'll have to get a hold of
the
Corn Growers Association and see if those bylaws actually exist.
Ross just made it up, is what Ross just made it.
Yeah, but you know what? You made it up fast, and I appreciate your quick wit. I really appreciate that.
That's what I do. I do. It's what I do.
Because there's a lot of people that go to chows, right? And they have these ideas of being a gymnast or an Olympic gymnast. But like a lot of athletes, they do this when they're young, and you probably have a number of them that could compete in college. But you get to the end, and you're like, if I'm not going to be an Olympian, do I really want to keep doing this in college? Do I want to?
Probably, yeah, Trav.
I see it with volleyball players all the time. I see these club volleyball people who think they're going to be Division I players, and once they realize that they're going to have to go play somewhere else, they're like, I'm just going to go be a student, because it's hard to do it. It's really hard. You have your dreams, and you realize, okay, I'm not going to hit those dreams. I'm going to go be a regular person. It happens. It'd be interesting to see if anything more comes out, if it is just the health and well-being of gymnasts or if there's something else going on. But I did read it with skepticism because it was short on details. It comes off like, everybody's hurt, but they didn't give you the numbers that were hurt, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, let's get back to some more stories, some more Fiscus Jewelers stories, and we'll probably take the next 40 minutes to get through some of these. This one's from Dylan. The song is "Wanna Be That Song" by Brett Eldridge. My wife of 5 years, together for 10, we started dating our senior year in college, and to go big for our first official date, I got tickets to a Brett Eldridge concert. On the way to the concert, this song came on. He sang it during the concert, and funny enough, on our drive home, it came on the radio again. And I officially asked her to be my girlfriend. 3 years later, it was our first dance at our wedding. Just holds a special place in our life.
I've never
heard the song.
I've never heard of Brett Eldridge or "Wanna Be That Song."
Either have I.
So I'm interested. The
Chad
radio
really
and a
gets into
sundress, making my world all a mess. Back corner of a cornfield, bottle tops, and a truth spin. I get behind this. Okay.
Chad really gets into it. He goes, Travis and Ross, I'm going the opposite way. I couldn't tell you what our wedding song was, and my wife gets pissed at me. She has to remind me anytime it comes on, like, oh, yeah, that was a song. Then I forget the next day. I still couldn't tell you the song now. It's only been 26 years. I need to win so my wife gets less pissed.
Can't remember the song. Honey, listen. Honey, you hear it? Hey, do you hear the song? Yeah, what is it? It's our song. It's our song.
Robert says, "Crazy Bitch" by Buck Cherry.
That's the email. That's the submission right there, Robert.
"Crazy Bitch" by Buck Cherry. Reminds me of how sex with my ex was so good, but how lucky I am to be with my new girlfriend that isn't crazy, and the sex is still good.
Jeez. Honey, this was BJ's thing 2 weeks ago. This is BJ's dream come true. Honey, how did you win these rings? My ex used to throw that thing. And I told some boys about it on a radio show, and I told a few thousand people around the central Iowa that she was wild. So I got you some rings. Here's your rings. Thanks to Fiscus.
Jared says...
But yours is good too, honey. Is the punchline of that. That's incredible. Robert. Good luck to you on your day,
Did he
Robert.
get a star? Did he get a star?
We'll put a star by Robert. Yeah. Okay.
Jared says, One Call Away by Charlie Puth. I met my wife in Taipei in 2016. When I hear that, I always want to say, the Chinese acrobats of Taipei.
Wait, you added that part into that letter, right?
I did. I did. I visited her 6 times between 2016 and 2019. I proposed to her in 2018 on the Chinese New Year. She went home to Indonesia in October of 2019 so we could start the K-1 marriage visa for her to come here to Iowa. The K-1 process normally is 6 to 9 months process. COVID hit in 2020, so we had to wait an extra 15 months. Finally, in early 2021, paperwork went through, and she was able to move here in February of 2021. The song One Call Away was made ours by the 9,000 miles between us, and all we could do was video call a couple times a day. I made a karaoke video of me singing the song for her birthday in 2020. No, I won't share the video.
Oh, he knew the question was coming. I feel okay. I'm going to put a star by Jared because I like that one. He's pulling
Another
on the heartstrings.
long-distance dedication.
That's
from
a good one.
Casey
But
Kasem.
here's the deal. And I bet Jared would. I only want to give him the earrings if we can play the video.
Ooh.
We're going to have to. Okay. A star by Jared, though. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Gary says, the song that will forever be associated with my wife, Emily, is Somewhere Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. Come on, Gary. She's a huge fan of the movie and things associated. She has seen the movie dozens of times and even saw it at the Sphere in Las Vegas last fall. Emily, I should have read ahead. Emily had a kidney transplant 10 years ago, and even though her health has caused a lot of issues for her, she perseveres. She has this very giving and loving person. I would love to be able to give her a memorable Valentine's Day with you.
Oh, that's a good one. And I did see, I've been to the Sphere to see Somewhere Over there, and it's quite an experience. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Okay. Well, at least he brought it home, landed the plane, because at first I was like, Gary. Okay, that's a good one.
One more before we take a break, and then we'll fish them all up. This one comes from Chris. We both came into each other's lives after experiencing divorce, each carrying our own lessons and wounds. When she sent me King of My Heart by Taylor Swift, it became more than just a song. It was a symbol of healing. After trust was shattered in her past, this song marked the moment she felt safe again, believing in love that's steady and real. In our story, that trust became the foundation of my proposal to her. King of My Heart by Taylor Swift.
I'm feel like I know a lot of Taylor Swift songs. Do you know that one? King of My Heart?
No.
Jared's story, the one call away and being having a long distance love like that perseveres. When we were getting ready to have Eli and we went through those, childbirthing classes you're supposed to go to, right?
Yeah.
And we were in this class with like 6 other couples, and like the second or third day, the teacher's like, all right, let's go around and tell the story of how we all met, and the story of our love, right? And so there's like 6 couples, and we go first. It's like, well, here's our story, blah, blah, blah. And everybody kind of tells this similar, we met in college. We were 20. Now we're here. Then couple number 5. And this girl stands up and she's like, kind of tells a story like Jared. She's like, we were at Iowa State. I met my husband. We fell in love. We planned our wedding. We're like months away from our wedding. We've put in all of our deposits. We've spent all of our life savings to have this beautiful wedding. And his visa expires and we can't get it renewed, and he gets sent back home to Guatemala, Central America. And I move with him. And we cancel our wedding, we lose all of our money, and now we start over. And we move from Guatemala to Colombia, and from Colombia into Mexico, and we move up through Mexico, and finally we're going through all the paperwork, and we get across the border legally, and we finally move back to Central Iowa where we met and fell in love and want to start our family, and we had the wedding of our dreams, and now we're here having a baby. And like the women in the room are crying. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful story about love, persevering, and all this stuff, okay? And now the 6th couple has to tell their story. And the guy stands up and he's like, wow. I mean, people are like clapping. The women are crying. Like, oh, it's such a beautiful story of love. It's just like Jared's. And then this sixth guy stands up and he's like, wow, that's amazing. Our story is a lot like their story. We have had to overcome incredible adversity as a couple. At our wedding, at the reception, the air conditioner went out.
515-517-2303. Hey, you could be like Ross and purchase the Fire 7s or Ice 7s from the Iowa Lottery. You can play it cool or play it hot. A concert experience is what we've got from the Iowa Lottery prize zone. With Fire 7s and Ice 7 scratch tickets, you can enter a non-winning ticket into your Iowa Lottery VIP Club account for a chance to win 2 sweet tickets at a concert of your choice. Journey's going to be playing the Casey Center in Des Moines. Luke Combs going to be at Jack Trice Stadium in Ames. Both concerts are happening in April, and the Iowa Lottery has your VIP experience. This promotion is open until March 16th. So get your Fires 7s or your Ice 7s from the Iowa Lottery today. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP Club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Okay. And you said it makes that noise every time you accelerate? Got it. Right. And does it happen only when it's cold out, or does it also happen after you've warmed up for a little bit? And how does that make you feel? Is your car feeling a little down this February? Come on down to Willis Volvo Cars and we'll get her feeling good. To schedule an appointment, give us a call or go online to willisvolvocars.com.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. It may be chilly now, but before you know it, spring will be here. We are now booking for spring, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
Fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Zach here, your favorite Willis Infinity Service Advisor. Get your car the Valentine's Day gift it deserves. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th one free, plus take $25 off a new battery. When you come in for service, we will include a free alignment check. Schedule online at willisinfinity.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
When you're getting ready to purchase your next house, make sure to get your loan with Gary Presnell from Northwest Bank. Gary offers VA, FHA, and IFA first-time buyer loans and conventional and new construction loans. He can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes or less, can happen after hours or even on the weekends. And Gary has been the state's top producing mortgage banker the past 8 years. Give him a call at 515-975-6767 to start your mortgage process today.
When you were watching the halftime show, did you see during the Bad Bunny performance that there was like a wedding happening?
That actually took place.
It was a real wedding.
That was a real
People
wedding.
really got married in that moment.
Wow.
What's your song? Well, my wife and I were married at the Super Bowl halftime show.
So that Bad Bunny song will be the song that they remember. I don't know what the song was because I don't understand.
They separated
Spanish.
and Lady Gaga was singing. That was the part where after they said their I do's for real, they separated and Lady Gaga was there doing her thing. So maybe it's the Lady Gaga song. I don't know. Anyway, I just saw that was a real wedding. That's kind of cool.
All right, we have more Fiscus Love Song and Bling to give away. We're narrowing it down. We're on the home stretch. This one comes from Taylor. You guys brought up this song the other day on the show, but one time the song Trashy Women by Confederate Railroad came on the radio. When me and my wife were driving, and I said, honey, this song reminds me of you.
Oh, Taylor.
And the look of disgust on her face was priceless. So to this day, anytime that song comes on, I have to tell her how it reminds me of her, and we have a good laugh. Love the show. Keep up the good work. Because Audrey loves Confederate Railroad, right?
We love Confederate Railroad. That is a fun band.
Jim writes in, I Stand By You by the Pretenders. Guys, this story is more fitting of a long-distance dedication on Casey Kasem or Delilah, but I hope it's received sincerely. The song reminds me...
Delilah, what a good pull on Delilah.
Yeah, I haven't heard of her in a long time. This song reminds me of a great love I have as well as one loss. When Chrissy Hines sings, I'll stand by you and I'll never desert you. I'll stand by you, won't let anybody hurt you. Those are promises I never thought I'd break with my first wife, but I did, and I learned a painful lesson. My second wife is my precious gift, who I know loves me unconditionally through good and bad, strengths and weaknesses, normal and weird. A line in a song really hits home and makes me think of my wife. It goes, nothing you confess could make me love you less. That says it all. Thanks for listening.
That's a good one, Jim.
He mixed in the ex and the second wife. That's pretty good.
Like that. Good work out of you.
I'm only going to say R here because he says, please don't use my name. Please don't use my name.
But you're saying it starts with an R? Ryan,
starts
Rusty,
with an R.
Ross,
R,
Ralph, Ronnie, Ron. It's Ron. I see it. Ron, I'm going to do the mentalist thing to you. I'm going to
My journey landed me in a closet apartment located near the Capitol in Helena, Montana. It was the winter of 2002, and my 21-year-old self was looking for something to do on a Saturday. So I went to some box store and looked over the DVDs, found Detroit Rock City. Oh, cool. I didn't know Kiss had a movie. Made the buy, returned home, decided to walk around the new hood, and ended up in a bar. As I pounded various drinks, my curious self began talking to the locals. I found a lady selling some blown glass pipes. Happily purchased a piece. Then I asked the dude next to me where I could score some bud. He said, follow me. His Chevy Blazer served as a dispensary. After making my way back to the bar, perching upon my stool, a gorgeous mid-30-something brunette sat next to me. After a few, we began chatting, and I was in love. She looked like Susanna Hoffs and had this amazing mountain glow.
Sorry, Susanna who?
Hoffs from the
Who's
Bengals.
that?
Oh, you'll know Susanna Hoffs. She's hot. She's from the Bengals.
Oh, she's really cute.
Yeah.
Oh, man, R.
It was time to go, and I said to the lady, hey, I'm going to go head back to my place a few blocks away to fire up a heater. Watch this Kiss movie. You want to join me? Well, as luck would have it, we eventually got to the movie, And when Kiss broke into Detroit Rock City, she ran her hands up my chest, moved in for a kiss. Before you know it, this gorgeous, out-of-nowhere lady was running her breasts across my chest. She stopped me and said, "This is as far as we can go." I didn't ask any questions. We made out for hours. Our souls merged. She gave me a feeling that I'll never forget. That must have been her mission, sent from the heavens above. Back then, words like baddie or MILF didn't exist. She was an all above the women, classy yet earthy, something out of my dreams. She departed earlier than the next day, leaving a note. Enjoy the night. Have a sweet day.
Okay, hold on. 2 questions. Number one, what was the song?
Detroit Rock City.
Oh, Detroit Rock City. Okay, okay, that's right. Because I thought that was the movie.
It is, but he said when Detroit Rock City came on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. When the song came on was when the action started.
Yeah. But she teased him. She was a tease. She rubbed her breast all over him. And then said, "This is as far as we go." Man. Robert says,
that's a good work there. R. Thank you. Okay.
This
no
is short.
though.
Doesn't give a reason. Robert says, Rod Stewart's Maggie. It's my favorite song. Wake up, Maggie. Yeah, okay.
I'm not a Rod Stewart fan at all.
I get it.
Kind of like you too. I don't know. I just never my thing.
Have you ever heard of this? Plain Jane by ASAP Ferg. Plain Jane,
What?
ASAP Ferg.
Hold on here. Hold on. We're looking things up. Plain Jane.
Yeah.
By ASAP. ASAP.
Oh,
Ferg.
ASAP? Okay.
Okay.
ASAP
Okay.
Ferg.
That's the
All right.
dollar sign is what you're missing there.
Okay.
It's,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
My wife and I met when we were 21-year-old students at Iowa State. Every night we'd go out to AJ's and this song would play. To this day, we hear this song. My wife and I start dancing, and she shakes it for me like the old days.
Who was this? I'm sorry.
That was Jake. That was Jake.
You don't get a star, Jake, but thumbs up. You get a thumbs up.
All right, we got
Your
3
work
more.
on that.
We got three more. Yeah.
Holy cow.
We've
Okay,
had a lot.
all right.
This one from Sally. Sally.
Oh, okay. Well, already you're going to leg up here, Sally.
My husband and I have been married
bad.
for almost 37 years. Started dating when we were 13 years old. Yes, junior high and high school sweethearts.
Wow.
This song puts it all together for us. I lost my parents when I was very young. Dad when I was 9 months old. Mom when I was 8. I came to live with my aunt and uncle who started having a family of their own. I became the nanny, the maid, the cook, the laundry expert, etc. You get the picture. My husband was my rock during those very tough teenage years. He gave me hope and inspiration. He brought me love that I was so missing from not having my parents. He provided me shelter from troubled times. He was my all-time anchor and the love of my life. We married at age 19. Had 3 sons of our own, amazing kids. We now have 5 grandkids, and although life is tough at times, we know we have the love of each other to carry us through it all. I hope you will consider my submission, but if not, I hope others out there know there's someone out there for them. Thank you, Sally.
What was Sally's song, though?
That was, our song is, sorry, I'm reading this wrong. Our song is by Don Williams, You're My Best Friend. Don Williams, You're My Best Friend.
Don Williams. Why do that does not... Don Williams? Is it D-A-W-N or D-O-N?
D-O-N. D-O-N.
Don Williams. All right, we're going to look this one up. Oh, okay. Don Williams is like a 70s... All right.
Ross writes this in, not you, but another
Yeah,
Ross.
no. Yeah, okay.
34 plus 35 equals 69 is my favorite song. You fire this song up and my wife is ready to rocks. The lyrics might be a little dirty for the average Joe, but my prude acting wife and good girl turns into a different creature listening to this song. And I'm getting more than a pair of woohoos through the window. She is particularly fond of the line, even though I'm wifey, you can hit it like a side chick.
This is an Ariana Grande song.
He says, is it?
Well, I just Googled 34 plus 35 and it came up with a song by Ariana Grande from 2020.
The lines about watching movies and not seeing a minute of it is the truth when my wife is thirsty. One week I have a lady in the streets, but when I turn this song on, I am up all night and truly need a seatbelt for my amazing wife. With a pair of earrings, I might not even have to turn this song on. There's been some good ones. Michael says, Every Breath You Take by The Police. This song was my high school girlfriend and my song. We met when we were working for Manpower, Iowa. We were 16 and 15. Wow. We dated during the 4 years of high school and through 4 years of high school and her senior year of high school. She would hit it wanting an engagement ring from me. I was planning to marry her until we were discussing the future together and our goals. She told me her goal in life was to be taken care of, and she did not want to have a job and work, just stay home. Within the next few months, I decided to break up with her. I was a goal-driven person, and I needed a partner in my life, not a freeloader. This turned out to be a good move for me, as I was lucky enough to marry way out of my league when I met my wife. I'm an Iraqi freedom veteran, spent 20 years in the military. My wife has been nothing short of Wonder Woman for me and my 2 sons. Next September, we're going to celebrate 37 years of marriage, and I cannot imagine my life without her. Every time I hear this song, I think about my high school sweetheart and can only hope that she's having a good life with somebody else.
Who was that? What was his name? Michael?
His name was Michael. Thank you for your service, Michael, by the way.
Michael, thanks. And by the way, that's you know what? That story reminds me of the Garth Brooks song Unanswered Prayers. I mean,
Sometimes I thank God.
Yeah, where he goes back to his high school and he runs into his old high school girlfriend, but he's with his wife, and he's like, man, I'm glad that didn't work out.
Yeah.
She's awesome, and she looks amazing, and I'm hoping the best for her, and I still love her, but wouldn't have this in my life. That's Michael. I like that one. Man, I got more stars than I was planning on.
So what are your stars?
I have 8 different stars.
Jesus.
Brian, Mitch, Robert, Jared, Jim, Sally, Ross, and Michael. We're gonna have to go through those. And you got more, you said?
No, we're all done.
That was it. That was that's all of them. All right, so we have to come up with a decision today on that.
Well, we need to let them. They want them to pick them up by Valentine's Day, so we can read them again. The 8 tomorrow.
Well, again. I mean, we don't know if we need to go through all of them, but.
So Thunderstruck was on there.
Brian
right?
had Yeah, I mean, that's not the words that I wrote down for Brian, but yeah, he's got Thunderstruck. Mitch was Hooked on a Feeling.
I got to.
I love Robert's Crazy Bitch, but let's be honest, that's not that. I mean,
yeah,
Robert, we love you. Great call. We're gonna have to do some eliminating here. Jared had one call away from Charlie Puth. That was his was a good story, kind of heartfelt. Jim, I Stand By You. Sally had the one with she's got the 5 grandkids.
Yep.
Met her husband when she was 13, and
she
had
lost her parents.
Yeah. Ross, I love the freak show thing. So you've already got it. You got the layup. The ball is at the rim for you, dude. Okay, you don't need the earrings. So Ross, love you and congratulations. Michael's Every Breath You Take. What was, and I'm kind of missing
the Iraqi
now.
Freedom.
Oh, I got to write that down.
And he was, he had the freeloader.
Yeah. Veteran, and it reminds me of the ex and how much he appreciates and appreciation. Oh boy, that's a hard one. He played on the heartstrings with the veteran thing too. He said, and that makes me want to go, yeah, give it to the guy that gave his life for us to be jackasses. Thank you, Michael. Boy, Brian, that one just really, there were a couple of them that I felt like, all right, so we've still got Brian with Thunderstruck. We've got Mitch with Hooked on a Feeling. So Jared's one call away, and Sally and Michael, those are all kind of in the same category, right? They all pull on the heartstrings. It's really good stories. Jim's I Stand By You. That's a good one.
How about
this
you,
the hard
there,
one,
Justin? Did you like one that stood out?
I like the hook on the feeling. That one
chugga.
that one's pretty good.
Was pretty good.
That is pretty good. And it's this inside joke, and then our earrings kind of add to the Fiscus earrings, our earrings. The Fiscus earrings kind of add to the inside joke part of it, right? When they're like, oh my gosh, those are beautiful earrings.
Tell us your
thanks.
story.
Yeah, tell us your story about how you got those. Where did those come from? Oh, what's his name? It was Mitch is just hooked on a feeling. I don't know. So anyway, how are you, Justin? Before
Haven't slept at all.
Are you
Beautiful
serious?
Morning.
How do you look like that if you haven't slept?
I slept like 4 hours. I didn't fall asleep until about like 1:30.
With a smile on your face, you just lay down like this.
Just slept with my jersey. Woke up in the middle of the night, saw Megan sleeping. I'm like, do I wake her up by just screaming Seahawks won the Super Bowl in her face? Maybe, maybe not.
Did you play a song last night that you could remember that you could like? Did you play "Hooked on a Feeling"? Did you play "Thunderstruck"?
No. Megan and I, it's like anything Sabrina Carpenter because she really likes Sabrina Carpenter. So I like Sabrina Carpenter too.
Do you bang to Sabrina Carpenter?
Who doesn't?
Me?
Try it. You may like Sabrina Carpenter.
I can't tell you last time.
I'm losing my internet,
music.
guys. I got to go, I think.
There's no music on in my house.
Megan bang to.
I'm going to go home tonight, get home late, and say, hey, I'm going to put on some music. I'm going to turn the lights out.
Ooga jaka, ooga, ooga, ooga.
She's going to go, good night.
See, that's why that
night
one's
now.
so good. Like the rhythm of that one, like, yeah, that's a good one.
I really want to meet Brian's wife, though. You've been thunderstruck.
That's a good one too.
What at what point, Justin, last night? Obviously,
Did you
gets
feel
up
safe?
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask. When did it feel like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen?
With 4 minutes to go in the game, when Nwosu got the pick six.
Yeah.
Then I was like, all right, I can go grab my phone from the table because I knew you assholes and my other friend assholes were going to try to mess with me all game long.
Did we mess with you?
No, because the game didn't allow it. If the game allowed it, my phone would have been blowing up even more. But it was funny. I got a message from Grady, and he was like, Justin must have had his phone off or in a different room because he's not falling for any of my rage bait. Like, yeah, because I know you guys. And I know I'd be doing the same if my team wasn't in.
I'm going back because I take great offense to this. I take great offense to this.
Yeah, Ross is being positive.
I was
That is
trying.
true.
I was trying to build my man up. I told everybody all week long, hey, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? I go, I want the Seahawks to win just because of Justin. Like, I want my buddy to be happy. I want to see that smile on his face on Monday morning. That'll be cool. And then here it is. You guys are being big jerks to me all the time. Big meanies.
How many year deal did Sam Darnold sign with Seattle?
4-year deal? 4 or 5 year deal? But
And
every
then-
year they can renegotiate.
Okay.
He gets about, I think, 24 mil a year, but they can renegotiate.
And Kenneth Walker's deal is up this year, right?
So we have a lot of people to pay. JSN, his deal's up. His rookie deal is up. Devin Witherspoon, his rookie deal is up. We're gonna need to pay both of those guys, and then K9. There's a lot, and we still need an offensive coordinator because
but
Clint
Justin,
Kubiak's
this is
gone.
In the state of the NFL here in 2026, this is what the Chiefs went through. When you have a team that is good enough to win a Super Bowl, it's because it's because a lot of the contracts have allowed you to build this amazing team. And then a lot of these contracts have maxed out. The guy is in their last year, they're playing for something. And all of those things add into this. So this is just kind of like one of the unfortunate side effects of winning is most of these guys are going to be looking around. Well, every team's coming for them.
And what do you have? You have the Super Bowl now. Now you want the payday. And it'd be interesting with Walker, right? Because he's going to want a long-term deal. And what do running backs in the NFL don't get? They don't get long-term deals.
And they have Charbonnet, who was awesome until he got injured, sitting on the bench. So you can see a GM being like, I know you just won the Super Bowl for us, won the MVP, but we also have a really good guy that, if healthy, could be in running back one on any team. No, it's going to be a weird offseason, but a fun one. It's a lot easier when you win.
It always is, isn't it? Makes you feel good. I was happy for you last night, man. I really was, because I didn't have a horse in the race. I didn't care who won or lost, but it was methodical. It was a good offense, not great. Tremendous defense, spectacular special teams, and kind of a boring Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. If you're not a Seahawk or Patriot fan, that Super Bowl sucks. I make fun of how Super Bowl 50 is the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched, the Broncos and Panthers, because it was very similar to this one. Very defensive. Real quick, I do have a correction for you.
Ooh.
Santonio Holmes, you said won Super Bowl MVP without a touchdown.
Yeah, that was just pure Gemini AI.
That is, he's the toe tap catch against the Cardinals. Julian Edelman against the Falcons won MVP.
Look at this. Without
he didn't catch
a
touchdown. Yeah.
Well, see, this is why AI sucks sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes it's
they call it hallucinations. I learned that in an AI class the other day. Like right now, ChatGPT and Gemini run at like a 30% hallucination.
They call it hallucinations. I call it being wrong.
That's a good way to put it.
What?
515.
I call it making shit up is another way to call it, say, hallucinations.
All right, folks, we got to get out of here. Ross, you decide who the winner is. And
right now, then it's Mitch. Mitch is hooked on a feeling. Justin came in and said that's the one he remembers the most. It was right there. I love all of those submissions are great. I really want to give one to the heartstrings one, but Justin was my tiebreaker vote there, and that's the first one he remembers.
There it is.
That's a good one.
Ooga chukka. All right, everybody, have a great Monday. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And thank you for everybody who submitted,
Go Seahawks,
who listened to us. And we'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
New year, new lease on life, or on a new Nissan Kicks. Right now, we have a $299 per month lease on our 2026 Kicks SB. Also, take advantage of 0% financing on our 2026 Rogues and Muranos and our remaining 2025 Pathfinders. And we are thrilled to have the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra on our lot. This sporty compact sedan is ready to carry you through the new year in style. For more information, stop into our showroom or visit us online at willisnissan.com.
Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Missing a quality, home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the champagne of bars.
The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.